guys, my name is Elaine. I wanted to make this video about my journey on Accutane. I took the generic version called Myrisine, and I just want to tell you guys my experience on the drug, the before and after stories. So basically, I have had acne ever since puberty. I would get one every now and then on my face, and then when I was in high school, it was okay. Like, I would get a couple. They were nothing cystic, but it still bothered me, obviously. But when I went to college, I started getting cystic acne, and it was never like a continuous. It was I don't know why, but it was always during the summertime. I would get like bad cystic acne like on my forehead, and I would get like a big one on my cheek. And the summer of 2014, it just exploded, and I don't know if it was because I was really, really stressed at that time, just with my career change, and I had a lot of emotional baggage, and I was so depressed and then my skin started breaking out, and one of the first things I did was obviously over-the-counter products, and I had always been on like creams like Benzaclin before, like that really worked for me before, but obviously to combat cystic acne you need a very strong medicine, and at the time I was hesitant to take any antibiotics because I had a really bad experience with antibiotics. It made my stomach feel really upset, and I would throw up, and I would just be nauseous all the time. So I knew that if I was going to go to the dermatologist that they were going to prescribe me tetracycline, and I just didn't want to be on that. So I was like, let me see if I could find a drug, or not a drug, but somewhat like a natural cure. So I started using tea tree oil, and I noticed that it caused a lot of damage to the left side of my cheek, and I just kept getting like more breakouts, and it just got really, really bad. And what happened was I kind of shut down. I didn't go out to any social events. I was so embarrassed of the way my skin looked and the way I felt that I just was so depressed. And so I went to a dermatologist, and he prescribed me antibiotics and Retin-A. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Let's just see what happens. Nothing happened. I kept breaking out with cysts, and it didn't help at all. So I was really fed up with that doctor because he didn't want to prescribe me Accutane. He was like, the antibiotics are working, and I just was at that point really fed up because I had started developing really bad scarring. And so I went to another dermatologist, and he immediately suggested Accutane, and I was like all aboard because, I was just sick and tired of breaking out. Let me just tell you, I was really apprehensive about taking the drug because of all the side effects and all the horror stories you hear, and all about depression, and your baby can get deformed, and all these other things, liver damage, eyesight problems, things like that. So I was like, I don't want to take Accutane, and I also think I was in denial because I didn't realize how severe my acne was. It took me a while to actually realize that my acne was so bad, and it was the worst breakout of my life. I literally was breaking out everywhere. Luckily, my right side didn't get as badly affected as my left side. My left side is covered in cystic acne scarring, and you can't really tell because the camera, I'm not using a high quality camera right now, but yeah, it's pretty bad, and it still affects me to this day. But anyway, back to the story. I was on Accutane for 8 months, but my dosage was low in the beginning, and then my doctor boosted or bumped up my dosage as the months went along. I took my last Accutane pill last week, I believe, and to this day, my lips are still really dry. I think it's because the medicine is still in my body, and I heard that it takes 30 days from the last time you take it to be excreted out of your body, or completely be gone from your body and your system. So I think that's why I'm still experiencing the dry lips and the dry nose inside. But other than that, no other side effects really bothered me throughout the course of my Accutane treatment. The only thing that was really annoying was the fact that I had to take birth control because I am a woman. And I would wake up throwing up because the side effects of the birth control were really strong for me, and I had to stick it out because I told myself, if you want to stay on Accutane, you have to take this birth control. So I stuck it out, even though I was throwing up in the middle of the night. Towards the middle of my treatment, I started developing rashes on my arms and my legs, and they weren't too bad, honestly. My doctor just prescribed me some cream to help with the rashes, and they would go away after using the cream. So yeah, let's see. No other serious side effects. I had to get my blood drawn every month. That wasn't too much of a hassle. You have to do what you have to do when you're on the drug in order to get clear skin. I didn't have a crazy initial breakout like some people do. Some people get really bad acne. I think that phase of me breaking out, I think I waited so long to get on Accutane that my skin had already been through its worst, and that when I got on Accutane, it just helped immensely, and I saw the effects right away. I saw that my skin wasn't oily, my hair wasn't oily, so I immediately noticed the effects, and everyone around me could see it. Oh my god, your skin's getting so much better. What are you doing? And I had to say, I'm on this drug called Accutane. It's specifically targeted for people who have cystic acne and things like that. And so yeah, it was a great experience. I would do it all over again if I could. If I could turn back time, I would have taken it earlier just to avoid scarring, because now I have to get fillers, and I have to consider microneedling and CO2 laser treatment, and you want to avoid that. You want to avoid scarring as much as possible because they're permanent. And the scar treatments only help, but they don't completely erase your scars. So, but yeah, that's something I have to do in order for me to help my scars. Other than that, I just wanted to make a side note, and any of you who are struggling with cystic acne, I feel your pain. I know what it's like to not want to go out and see people and look people in the eye. It really does take a toll on your self-esteem, and if you're struggling with acne, I really urge you to consider this drug. It's really an amazing drug, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not I'm not getting paid to say this or anything. It really is. It is, I wouldn't say a miracle drug, but it's one of the best drugs to help acne. And if you're not a fan of taking modern medicine and you like to go, you believe in the natural route, that's great. But if you've come to a point where you just cannot find a solution, I urge you to see a dermatologist, and I urge you to see a dermatologist early on so that you can prevent both physical and emotional scars. So yeah, that's all I have to say, you guys. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment, and I'll try to get back to you and answer your questions as soon as I can. So yes, that's all I have to say, and I hope you guys are having a great summer, and I'll see you later. Bye.